off tonight. We start with an exciting announcement in Vanderhoof. It's been more than a decade in the making. The Nechako white sturgeon recovery team has finally achieved its goal of a permanent hatchery in Vanderhoof.
Many of the young people gathered at Riverside Park in Vanderhoof have known about the Nechako white sturgeon for much of their lives, and now this fish will have a greater presence with the construction of a permanent hatchery.
We'll do a brood capture in May or June, and we'll take the mature animals that have the eggs, we'll fertilize the eggs, and then start to grow the sturgeon. Very similar to what we did as a pilot project here so many years ago in the Vanderhoof park here in sea cans, and we did it then and proved that we could do it.
The province committed $3.5 million toward the construction of the facility, while Rio Tinto Alcan and the community of Vanderhoof also pitched in. Building a hatchery is only half the story.
Well, the operating funding came actually from the Nechako Environmental Enhancement Fund. So they committed to $400,000 a year for 10 years, and then Rio Tinto also topped that up with an additional $50,000 a year for over the 10 years to give us that amount of money that we need to be able to do the operating over time. And so it's been a great partnership, and I'm really looking forward to this project going forward.
Efforts to bring the endangered fish back have been part of the community for more than a decade. In the spring, adults are captured and the roe is reared in a makeshift hatchery. While the permanent hatchery will produce 12,000 juvenile sturgeon a year, there's more to it than just that.
When they're put in the river, they will survive. So I think, you know, that some of the information right now is sort of saying that we're looking at siltation may be an issue. So if we can get them past that siltation and start looking at gravel beds and spawning beds, then we'll take a look at that later.
The new facility will be located next to the river where for years the juveniles have been released each fall. Plenty of research will be conducted out of the new facility to ensure the future of the ancient fish.
There's no certainties about success in the future, but we need to take this step. If we don't take this step now, then we've made the decision to say goodbye to sturgeon, and they will never be here again. They're a unique genetic stock. If we don't take steps together to sustain them, then they'll be gone forever, which would be a huge shame.
It's expected the hatchery will be in place producing white sturgeon juveniles by this time next year. Cheryl Jan, CKPG News.